Welcome back to our channel, World Coins History. As you knew that old is gold, but these rare states $quarter coins that are most valuable than you think, don't spend one of them, so please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Top 1. Today, we are diving into one of the most exciting coins in the entire state quarter series, the very first quarter that started it all in 1999, the Delaware Quarter. And trust me, you don't want to miss this because this coin carries history, rarity, and surprises that have shocked collectors for years. This is not just any quarter, this is the first release in the US state quarter program. And that alone makes it special, but when you add in the unique design, the minting errors, and the collector demand, you begin to understand why coin lovers across the country are hunting for it with passion. The Delaware Quarter features Caesar Rodney on horseback, a design that pays tribute to his famous ride in 1776, and when you hold this coin in your hand, you're not just holding 25 cents, you're holding a symbol of courage, determination, and the birth of American independence. Collectors love firsts, and the Delaware Quarter is exactly that, the first coin. In a program that became one of the most successful in US mint history, millions of people collected these quarters right out of circulation, but what many don't realize is that not all Delaware quarters are the same. Some carry rare features and mistakes that can make them worth far more than just their face value. One of the most thrilling errors on this coin is the double die obverse, where the lettering or parts of the horse appear doubled, and these coins have shown up in collections and even in pocket change, leaving collectors stunned at their discovery. Another dramatic error involves off-center strikes, where the design is shifted and the blank edge shows, making each of these mistakes truly one of a kind and highly prized. There are also Delaware quarters struck on the wrong planchets, meaning the US Mint accidentally pressed the design onto metal meant for another denomination, and those coins are some of the most talked about and sought after pieces in modern coin collecting, because when an error like that appears, it transforms an ordinary coin into a treasure. At coin shows in states like New York and California, Delaware quarters with confirmed double dies and high mint state grades have sold for hundreds of dollars, and error examples have shocked collectors at auctions in Texas, drawing competitive bidding from those who knew just how rare these pieces are. Collectors also chase special finishes, such as the proof and silver proof editions released by the mint, and when those coins remain untouched in their original packaging, they shine with a brilliance that collectors will pay strong premiums for, because condition and rarity always go hand in hand in the world of coins. Now here's something every collector should remember: the Delaware Quarter came from both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, and when you find examples with sharp strikes, clean surfaces, and no marks, you are holding a coin that can climb in value quickly, especially when graded by a professional service that confirms its condition and rarity. Tips for collectors: always look closely at the lettering, the horse's legs, and the details of the rider, because that's where many of the doubling errors hide. Also check the edges for off-center strikes or clipped planchets, and never underestimate a coin that looks a little different. Sometimes those small details can mean the difference between a common quarter and a rare prize that collectors dream of finding. If you ever come across proof or silver-proof Delaware quarters, keep them safe, especially if they are still in mint packaging, and if you find an error coin in circulation, protect it right away because those mistakes are no longer being made, and the ones that exist are only becoming more valuable as the years go by. Collectors all over the country are still searching for the Delaware Quarter in top condition, and completing a state quarter collection is one of the most popular goals in modern coin collecting, but it all begins with this coin, the first one. The one that started the journey, and that's why it will always hold a special place in the hearts of collectors. The original market value of this coin was just 25 cents, yet today, depending on errors, condition, and rarity, these coins have been auctioned for prices far beyond their face value, showing us all that what may look ordinary can actually be extraordinary when you know what to look for. So if you've got Delaware quarters tucked away in a jar, in rolls, or maybe even hidden in a collection you forgot about, take a fresh look at them, because you never know if one of those coins carries the rare traits that collectors are paying serious money to own. And if you enjoyed this journey through the story of the Delaware State Quarter, don't forget to hit that like button right now, and subscribe to our channel because every week we bring you thrilling stories about coins, history, and hidden treasures that could be sitting right in your pocket. Drop a comment below and Tell us if you've ever found a Delaware quarter with an error, or if you're chasing this first coin in the series for your collection. We love hearing your stories, your finds, and your passion for coin collecting, because this community grows with every collector who joins in. Top 2, we're stepping into the world of one of the most fascinating modern coins, the 2007 Washington Quarter Dollar, and trust me when I say this coin carries more secrets than most collectors realize, so don't miss a single detail, because by the end you may look at this quarter in your hand with completely new eyes. The Washington Quarter has always been a cornerstone of American coinage, but the 2007 issue stands out in more ways than one. It was released in the middle of the state quarter program, a time when millions of collectors were actively searching through their pocket change, hunting for coins to complete their sets, and this demand is what has made these coins so exciting and valuable today. When you look at the 2007 Washington Quarter, you see the familiar portrait of George Washington on the obverse, bold and proud, a design that has carried through decades of American history. But here's the thrill. Not all of these coins were struck the same, and that is where the treasure hunt begins for every collector who knows what to look for. Some 2007 Washington quarters came out of the U.S. Mint with dramatic double die errors, where you can see clear doubling in the inscriptions, and in some cases even on Washington's profile. These aren't minor mistakes, they are eye-catching, and when certified by grading companies, they command serious money from collectors at shows and auctions across the country. Another exciting rarity involves off-center strikes. Imagine holding a quarter where Washington's portrait is shifted to one side, leaving a blank crescent of unstruck metal. These coins are completely unique, no two are ever alike, and they create a rush of excitement whenever one appears on the market, especially in high-grade condition. There are also 2007 Washington quarters that were struck on the wrong planchets, meaning the mint accidentally pressed the design onto metal meant for another denomination like a dime or even a foreign coin. These are extremely rare, and when they appear at auction, bidders compete fiercely, knowing that mistakes like these will never be repeated and each one is a true piece of history. Collectors in cities like Chicago and Dallas have paid hundreds for certified mint error examples of the 2007 Washington Quarter, and at coin shows in Florida and New York, even raw coins showing dramatic doubling or strong off-center strikes have sparked bidding wars among collectors determined to add one to their collection. And here's something that adds even more excitement. Proof and silver-proof versions of the 2007 Washington Quarter were struck for collectors, and when those are kept in their original mint packaging, untouched and pristine, they shine with a brilliance that collectors cannot resist. These coins have always held a special place in sets and continue to rise in demand year after year. Tips for collectors: always check the edges of your 2007 quarters, because this was during the period when the U.S. Mint began experimenting with different striking techniques, and some coins show partial missing designs or clipped planchets, which are incredibly collectible. Also check carefully for die cracks across Washington's hairline or the inscriptions, because even small details can mean big value when confirmed as an error by experts. If you are building a collection, don't underestimate the power of condition. A 2007 Washington Quarter in high mint state condition with no marks and full strike detail can sell for far more than you might imagine, and once graded by a professional service, it can become a centerpiece of your modern coin collection. Collectors across the United States are still searching rolls and bags for that perfect 2007 Washington Quarter, because this coin, though common at first glance, hides treasures in the form of mint errors, high grades, and proof finishes that make it stand out. It's a coin that continues to prove that modern issues can be just as thrilling as classic ones. The original market value of the 2007 Washington Quarter was just 25 cents, but in today's collector world, some of these coins with rare errors and perfect condition have sold in auctions for prices that leave people speechless, and that's what makes this hobby so exciting, the chance to discover something rare in what looks like an ordinary coin. So if you've got jars of quarters, if you've got rolls stored away, or if you're still checking your pocket change each day, don't overlook the 2007 Washington Quarter, because that one coin could be the key to unlocking a collector's dream and adding real value to your collection. If you enjoyed this journey into the hidden world of the 2007 Washington Quarter, make sure you hit that like button right now, and subscribe to the channel, because we bring you stories of rare coins, collector treasures, and hidden gems every single week. And we don't want you to miss the next exciting discovery. Leave a comment below and tell us if you've ever found a rare 2007 quarter, or if you're still hunting for that perfect one, we'd love to hear your coin stories, your finds, and your passion for collecting, because together we build a community of treasure hunters who know that the next great find might be just one coin away. Stay curious, stay passionate, and keep searching, because your next Washington quarter might just be the rare one everyone else overlooked, and that's the thrill that keeps us collecting every single day. Top 3, we are going to explore a coin that has captured the attention of collectors across America, the 2006 North Dakota quarter dollar, and let me tell you, this is not just another state quarter. This coin hides secrets, rare errors, and collector demand that has turned it into one of the most exciting finds in modern coin collecting, so don't miss a single detail of this journey. The North Dakota quarter was released as part of the state quarter program, one of the most popular series in U.S. mint history, and its design is truly breathtaking, featuring 2 American bison standing proudly against the rugged plains, a tribute to the natural beauty and heritage of the state. But here's the thrill: while millions were struck, not all are ordinary. Some carry minting surprises that make collectors chase them with passion. When you hold this coin in your hand, you're holding a piece of art, but when you look closer, you may discover details that set it apart forever. Certain examples show strong doubling on the lettering or on the bison itself, giving the design a ghostly shadow effect, and these double die errors are not only eye-catching but also highly sought after in the collector market. Even more dramatic are off-center strikes, where the bison appear shifted or cut off, leaving a blank arc of metal around the coin. These errors are always one of a kind, and they bring fierce competition at auctions because collectors know no two are ever alike. Imagine pulling one of these from pocket change. That thrill is what keeps collectors searching day after day. Wrong planchet errors are another treasure linked to this coin. A North Dakota quarter struck on a dime planchet or even a foreign coin planchet instantly becomes a rarity that collectors will pay hundreds for, and examples like these have already sold in auctions across states like Texas and California, shocking bidders who knew how rare they truly were. There are also proof and silver-proof versions of the North Dakota quarter, and these coins, when kept untouched in their original mint packaging, shine with unmatched brilliance. Collectors chase these proofs with determination, and when they remain in pristine condition, they can command premiums that rise higher every year, because condition always drives demand. Collectors in markets like Chicago, New York, and Orlando have paid impressive sums for mint error examples of the North Dakota quarter, and even coins without errors, but graded at the highest levels of MS-67 or MS-68, have drawn attention at coin shows, proving that this coin is more than just a quarter. It's a piece of history with real value attached to it. Tips for collectors: always examine the lettering on North Dakota and United States of America, because that's where doubling can often appear. Also study the fine details of the bison's horns and bodies, because die cracks and die chips have been reported in those areas, and errors like that, though small, can push the value of your coin far higher than you expect. Another tip: never overlook the edge. Clipped planchets and off-center strikes are often first spotted there, and if you think you've got something unusual, protect it right away, because once damaged, even the rarest coin loses its potential value. So always handle these with care and keep them safe until you can have them authenticated. The North Dakota quarter has remained in strong demand since its release, and it's easy to see why. The design is powerful, the errors are dramatic, and the fact that it belongs to the legendary state quarter program makes it a must-have for collectors building complete sets. In fact, many coin lovers say this is one of the most beautiful designs of the entire 50-state series. The original market value of the 2006 North Dakota quarter was just 25 cents, but in today's collector world, certain rare errors and pristine condition examples have sold in markets and auctions for prices that leave people amazed. And that is the magic of coin collecting, turning the ordinary into the extraordinary with just one discovery. So go check your change jars, your rolls, and your old coin collections, because you might be holding a North Dakota quarter that could be far more than its face value, and the only way to know is to look closely, because the treasure could already be in your hands. If you enjoyed this exciting look at the 2006 North Dakota quarter, make sure you smash that like button right now, and subscribe to the channel, because every week we uncover stories of rare coins, thrilling discoveries, and collector secrets that you won't want to miss, and joining us means you'll never fall behind in the hunt for treasure. Drop a comment below and share your stories. Have you ever found a North Dakota quarter with an error, or are you still searching for that perfect one to complete your collection? We'd love to hear your experiences, your finds, and your collector dreams. Because together we build a community that celebrates every exciting discovery. Stay inspired, stay curious, and never stop searching, because the next coin you find might just be the rare one that changes everything, and that thrill is what makes coin collecting one of the most exciting adventures you can be a part of every single day. Top 4. I'm going to share with you one of those fascinating coins, the 2018 Voyageurs National Park Quarter, a coin that looks ordinary at first glance but holds a story of beauty, rarity, and potential hidden value that every collector needs to hear about. This is not just any quarter, this is a part of the America the Beautiful series, and it carries a design that connects us to history and nature in a way that makes collectors fall in love instantly. So stay with me until the end because you won't want to miss a single detail. The design itself is breathtaking. It shows a common loon swimming gracefully in the water, framed by the stunning pines of Minnesota's Voyageurs National Park. Imagine how much effort and artistry went into capturing that moment on a small $quarter. It's like carrying a piece of nature in your pocket. That is why many collectors started paying attention to this quarter as soon as it entered circulation, not just because of its design but also because of the rare minting varieties and errors that make it stand out from the rest. Now what makes this quarter truly exciting is the possibility of rare errors. Collectors have reported doubled dies where parts of the design look doubled, making the loon or the lettering appear slightly shifted. There are also quarters with off-center strikes that show part of the image missing or shifted, and those kinds of errors can push the value of a coin way beyond what you would expect from a regular 25-cent piece. Sometimes even tiny die chips, those little raised bumps on the coin, can transform a common quarter into a collectible treasure that sells for high prices in the coin market. Think about this, you could be holding what seems like an ordinary coin from your change, but if it carries one of these striking errors it could suddenly become a rare collectible that serious buyers and coin enthusiasts are willing to pay big money for at auctions. In fact, some collectors have reported selling error varieties of the Voyageurs Quarter for hundreds of dollars in online marketplaces and coin shows across the United States, with bids rising fast once collectors notice how rare the piece is. That thrill of turning a pocket find into a valuable collectible is exactly why this coin has become a hot topic among coin lovers. For collectors just starting out, my tip is simple but powerful: always check your change carefully, because treasures like the 2018 Voyageurs Quarter can still be out there in circulation today. Make sure to look closely at the details under good light or even use a magnifying glass, because the smallest doubling or strike error can mean the difference between an ordinary coin and a piece worth serious money. Another tip is to always keep your coins in good condition, avoid scratches, protect them in holders or flips, because condition plays a huge role in the value of collectible coins, and buyers will always pay more for a well-preserved piece. What's really exciting about the Voyageurs Quarter is that it is part of a limited mintage run compared to the billions of quarters made each year. And because collectors are rushing to secure the entire America the Beautiful series, demand for individual quarters like this one will only increase over time. That means if you set aside your best examples now, you may be holding onto a treasure that becomes even more valuable in the future when collectors realize just how hard it is to find pristine examples. I want you to imagine this for a moment: someone walking into an auction in New York or Chicago, bringing with them a rare error Voyageurs Quarter in mint state condition, and the auctioneer starts the bidding. At first the price is modest, but then collectors start raising their hands, excitement builds, and suddenly that 25-cent coin sells for hundreds of dollars to a thrilled collector who knows the rarity they just secured. This is not just imagination, this has happened with modern quarters before, and the Voyageurs Quarter is no exception. And now let's not forget the original face value, just 25 cents, a simple $quarter from 2018, but with the potential of being worth so much more depending on condition, rarity, and error varieties. That is the magic of coin collecting, turning everyday change into hidden treasures that carry history, art, and value all in one small piece of metal. So my friends, if you love coins, if you love the thrill of the hunt, then make sure you check every Voyageurs National Park Quarter you come across. Keep your eyes open for double dies, off-center strikes, die chips, or anything that looks unusual, because those small details can make all the difference. Protect your finds, cherish them, and always remember that coin collecting is not just about money, it's about passion, history, and the stories hidden in every coin we touch. Top 5 and last rare coin. I want to take you on a thrilling journey through one of the most beautiful and collectible coins from the United States of America, the 2016 Shaunie Quarter. Trust me, you don't want to miss a single detail about this one, because this coin hides secrets that only real collectors know. The Shaunie Quarter was released in 2016 as part of the America the Beautiful series, honoring the breathtaking Shawnee National Forest in Illinois. At first glance, you might think it's just another quarter, but wait until I tell you about its rarity and the errors that make certain examples worth so much money. This isn't just pocket change, this is history, art, and treasure combined into one coin. The design itself is truly stunning, showing Camel Rock, that iconic natural landmark rising proudly from the Shawnee National Forest, with a soaring red-tailed hawk in the background. Every detail feels alive, almost like the forest itself is captured on the quarter. For collectors, the beauty of the design is already enough to make it desirable, but when you add in rarity, minting errors, and condition, that's when the thrill begins. Now, let's talk about why some Shaunie quarters have shocked coin lovers. Certain error varieties, like double dies where the design looks slightly doubled, or die breaks that create extra raised lines and shapes, can send the value soaring. There have even been Shaunie quarters struck on the wrong planchet, meaning they were made on a coin blank that wasn't even meant for them. Imagine holding one of those in your hand, it would feel like a jackpot moment. Collectors also pay close attention to where the coin was minted. The Philadelphia Mint, the Denver Mint, and the San Francisco Mint all produced these quarters, but the San Francisco proofs, especially in pristine condition, can demand very strong prices among collectors. And when you combine a perfect proof with a rare error, you're looking at something truly special, something that coin hunters dream of finding in their collection. So here's a tip for all collectors and treasure hunters: never overlook your change. Always check those quarters carefully, especially the 2016 Shaunie. Hold them under good light, tilt them slowly, and look for doubling on the details, or unusual raised bumps, or missing letters. Those tiny signs could mean you've got a rare error coin in your hand, and believe me, collectors will line up to get it. What makes this coin even more exciting is that many of these valuable finds have actually turned up in circulation, not just in sealed mint sets. Imagine the thrill of getting one in your grocery store change, or spotting one in a coin roll. Moments like that are what make coin collecting feel like treasure hunting in real life. In fact, some Shaunie error quarters have been auctioned for serious money. I've seen examples that collectors picked up for face value and later sold in auctions for hundreds, even more in rare cases. One lucky collector in Illinois sold his Shaunie error quarter for well over $1,000 at auction, simply because it had a striking error that made it one of a kind. That's the magic of these coins: ordinary on the surface, extraordinary when rare. Now, let's not forget the original market value of this coin, which was just 25 cents. Yes, just a simple quarter at face value, but its true worth in today's market depends on rarity, errors, and condition, and that's why collectors are chasing it. So my friends, next time you get a handful of quarters, take a careful look. That little coin in your palm could be the Shawnee National Forest quarter hiding a rare error, waiting to surprise you with its hidden value. Don't underestimate the thrill of discovery, because every great coin collector knows, the best treasures are found when you least expect them.